I overheard my fiancé calling me a trust fund Barbie while talking to his friends, so I made sure his life was in shambles the very next day. To preface, my family owns a very well-known business in our sector and makes a lot of profit. Thus, I am a trust fund baby. I try not to be spoiled and have always worked myself. I met my fiancé, Mark, when I was 20 and worked as a waitress. We began dating a few months later, and he proposed to me last year. Now, Mark is not poor. He is upper middle class. And while he doesn't struggle in life, he doesn't have too much to spend and lives very frugally. I thought he was an honest man because he always wanted to pay for his things, rejected expensive family holidays when we were still dating, and would cook for me instead of going with me to eat outside. What I want to say is that I never had the impression that Mark was trying to take advantage of me or my family. Initially, my family was sketched out, and the gold digger argument was brought up. I stood up for him and fought with my dad. They came to love and accept him. When Mark graduated, Dad hired him, and now he is in a high-earning position. Sunday, I was supposed to work in the evening, and I was going to stay with my sister, but I got a fever and was just non-functioning, so I stayed home. Instead of staying in our bedroom, I went to the better ventilated guest room. Mark came home when I was fast asleep and was awakened by loud voices in our garden. I pushed the curtains to the side, and Mark was there with a few friends. I noticed they were talking about me just as I wanted to say hello. His friend kept laughing and calling Mark the man. Then they started laughing about me being willing not to sign a prenup. Then one of the girls there said something like, "Jesus, you're about to make some bank, Mark." Mark laughed, saying, "Yeah, just 3 more years, and I am free." At this moment, I felt sick to my stomach and wanted to throw up. I kept hearing them calling me trust fund Barbie and stupid and so on. I didn't know what to do, so I just lay petrified in my bed and waited till the people left and Mark went to bed. I texted my sister and snuck out to her place in the middle of the night and just passed out without telling her anything. I haven't returned home, so I told Mark I was sick and didn't want to make him sick. My sister has been worried, but I feel so ashamed about everything. My family was right. Mark was a go for it. Even if I tell my family what happened, I have no proof. As far as I know, he is excellent at what he does, and I think he has no legal foot to fire him. I just feel confused, ashamed, and angry. Update. I was very tempted to play the long game and lead him on, but I decided just to present him with a prenup to look into his reaction. After telling my dad, we invited Mark for lunch and would serve him the prenup there. However, to be sure about things, I asked him if he had had anyone over because our neighbors had complained about loud noises. He said yes, that his buddies were there. He didn't mention the girls that I saw. We finished lunch, and Dad served him the papers, saying it was necessary for getting married. You could instantly see that he didn't expect this. He got angry and asked me to speak to him alone. We entered the other room, and he began babbling about blindsiding him. He said that this just really felt like a personal attack. He was trying so hard to sell me the role of victim and make me out to be the villain. Then he just said that he needed to think everything through and left. I must admit I broke down and began second-guessing myself, but I could keep it together. My family happily didn't pull the "I told you so's." We looked into everything, and I have the legal right to evict him. The lawyer handled everything, wrote an official eviction notice. After a lot of talk, Dad decided to present Mark with a deal so that he would leave the company. After that was all sorted out, I simply texted, "Hey Mark, trust fund Barbie here. As you said you would be free in 3 years, I'll do you a big favor and set you free now. Kisses." After I sent that, my phone completely blew up with Mark's messages. He texted and called me so often that I had to switch off my phone. He came to my sister's place as he wanted to explain the situation. He promised that it was just a joke a million times. I said it wasn't cutting it. They disrespected me in my own house, and I didn't want to be with someone who put me down to appear better. He pleaded, cried, and begged me not to end things when I wasn't budging. He got mad at me, accusing me of spying on him and ruining his life. Then, his manner changed once again to apologetic. He eventually owned up to the comment he made, still insisting that it was just a shitty joke. And then, when I asked him why he didn't tell me about those random girls who appeared to know so much about me, he told me this weird story of them being cousins from one of his buddies, and that they knew of me because of my Instagram. I stood strong, and I ended things with him. I will never know his plan, but it's better to have things this way. We still have to sort out some financial stuff, but I won't see Mark again after that.